Hey guys, happy Friday. It's Mr. Joshua with another custom Gundam MSA review. Today is Friday and it's a little bit special because I want to show off to you guys a figure that I've been working on for the past, 6 months. Finally managed to get it complete. This is the perfect MSIA zeong. And this morning, the very last thing that I did with this figure was I put the right foot back on. That was kind of a bitch to do, but I managed to get it back on and I painted it. So both legs are freshly painted. I really don't want to fuck with the legs right now because I want to risk, scuffing the legs and, being forced to repaint all over again. But this guy stands about maybe a good 8 inches tall, give or take. And he's huge. And one of the cool things about this figure, one of the cool things I've added was being able to, put these cool little boosters back on if I really wanted to. Realistically, I'm probably not gonna put those boosters back on the Zeong ever again because the perfect Zeong looks too cool. And realistically, just I don't know. I thought it was a cool gimmick to leave on the figure. I just thought it was a cool concept. I can have a regular Zeong or a perfect Zeong. So again, it took me about 6 months to complete this figure. The reason why was because I just had so much shit going on in my life. Then my father-in-law, who got stage 4 cancer and died recently. We had a wedding. I went through multiple jobs because California sucks. And we were losing a fuck ton of businesses because the way Democrats are, running my state. And no, it's just been a little chaotic that I'm on unemployment right now, but I've had a couple of interviews, so I'm really hoping something pulls through. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the reason why it took me such a long time to get this figure done. That and no money. With no money, I can't make my mold, so a good part of my time, half this shit here was stuck in molds, like halfway filled, just waiting to be completed because no money. But my molds are all complete. Completed the foot mold about 2 days ago. Everything's good and ready. The only thing I need now to start mass producing is the some more resin. Unfortunately, the resin that I had, it was the Umu 30 resin. I've had it for about a year. And yesterday, the worst thing happened. I had like maybe a quarter of a bottle left of it and it fucking expired. And a fun thing about resin, when it expires, it'll it'll bubble up like crazy and really fuck up your resin piece, as you see here. Just really destroyed the back end of it. I was pretty pissed off about it. And if I really wanted to, I can probably, maybe salvage this foot. Regardless of the bubbles, it came out perfect. But if I really wanted to, I can probably salvage this foot. I'd have to sand all this shit down and everything. But after I'm done sanding all that great stuff, I'd have to, go back with some epoxy mold and fill it in and sand. And just it's not really worth my time. It sucks, but it's not worth my time to save this foot. So I'll just give that to somebody, whoever wants to trade me. Like if somebody wants to trade me Gundams, I'll just toss that in for free. Hey, by the way, here's a free Zeong foot. Have at it, motherfucker. But this was actually a really great figure to make. It was very simple and very easy. Realistically, the hard part was trying to figure out the joint problem. And again, what I did was I just took the original Gilgu thigh. I kind of blocked off the top. Let me show you a thigh real quick so I can better explain. So what I did was I took some like cardboard and kind of hot glued it right here, and took some more cardboard and kind of built up an area right here so that way I could fill it in with resin. So I filled it in with resin. After it dried, I took off all the cardboard, drilled in a hole for the ball joint, and bam, that's literally all that I did. It was kind of time consuming, but it was totally worth it. It was either that or go through the hard route, which was something I didn't want to do because it wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to be able to take these boosters and put them back on whenever I wanted. So my way was easier, in my opinion. But the cool thing is I actually have a little friend here. My original RX-78 Battle Scarred. I've had this figure since I was fucking 13 years old. And he's been through a lot of rough times. And times actually been not that bad on him at all. Sure, he's got a little bit of missing paint, not much. He's missing a little part on his V. At one point, I actually found the V and I tried to super glue it back on, but just eventually it came off. But whatever. And I froze him in a cup of water, tossed him in the freezer, threw him in a bathtub. It's been stepped on, all that great stuff, but just goes to show you how well built these msia figures were, and they're still great to buy and own. They're very, very awesome, very great for customization as well. But yeah, had him since I was 13, and again, he's a great figure. And the reason why I brought him out is because I wanted to reenact that little scene from the alternate timeline. I'm not sure if he was on his stomach or on his back. He was probably on his stomach when the Perfect Zeong smashed him, but for shits and giggles, I want to do it like this because it looks like he's trying to push his foot off of his torso area. This is actually the main reason why I wanted this Perfect Zeong in the first place, is just to reenact this little scene. There we go. You can't really hold too well, but there it is. Maybe a little bit up. There we go. Something like that. Oh, awesome. There we go. Yeah, and I think the alternate little video it was actually from a video game or something, but that's essentially what happened. And what happened was Char smashed the RX-78 and exploded. And then Char somehow got the blueprints or whatever for an RX-78, and he had his own variation, which was kind of cool. I'm not really sure what happened with the Perfect Zeong, though, in the video game. But I would have preferred to have the Perfect Zeong over the RX-78. There we go. As you can see right in here, you can't see it now, but he had a little bit of a chip painting, paint chipping off, because the paint's still soft and it's only been on for a couple of hours. It was dry enough for me to put together, but it's not dry enough for me to move the feeder or anything. So forgive me for not showing you guys the articulation. But yeah, I actually gave this figure a better articulation too, that I learned from my buddy Josh Gundam. As you see, he has better articulation in the head and in the waist. I haven't given him the version 2 joints yet, but that'll happen eventually. Realistically, it'll probably take me a good 30 minutes to put them in, because I gotta make sure that they fit perfectly and this and that, and it's kind of a hit and miss. And also, here's the second Zeong that I'm working on right now. This guy, I have his thighs, I have his legs up and ready. I'm just waiting on the feet. And the reason why I'm not going to dye his legs yet is because I want to dye his feet and legs all together, so that way I don't have like a miscoloration. I'm kind of hoping to get something like this color, maybe a little bit darker, just will match the skirt more. And yeah, just comparison, a Perfect Zeong versus a regular one. It's really fucking funny because the perfect zeong, like, he towers over the regular zeong and then some. Pretty interesting. When I'm done with the second zeong, he's gonna be on sale on eBay or Facebook or whatever, and I'm gonna put him on a bid for about 20-30 bucks. See if anybody buys them. Free shipping and handling. And for anybody who wants it, just to let you know, when he has the legs on, he really isn't meant for playing or anything like that. It's meant for display. Just because you want to prevent the paint from being scratched and whatnot. So yeah, that's all they have for this review. It's a great looking figure, a great piece. Yeah, I might actually sell this original piece too after I'm done with it. If anyone's interested. And other than that, that's all they have for this video. And if you guys like my videos, please like and subscribe. Happy Friday, and thanks for watching.